welcome back to Bone Apple Tea. This is episode 145, and today we have a guest on who, actually really isn't a guest because he started the show with me. This is Adam Bora.
Hi, happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Glad.
Stop, please stop.
And so, today it was great to have him back. We chatted for the first 20, 25, almost 30 minutes.
For the first time since the last episode.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him.
We haven't seen each other.
No, we just live together and I just don't say a word.
It's actually kind of awkward.
It was actually really awkward. So this was good. We got a lot of things off our chest here.
Yeah, we really got to solve a lot of problems. At some point he's going to start taking out the trash.
We didn't even talk about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. For the first 20, 30 minutes, we talked pretty much about nothing seemingly, just like a bunch of funny stuff that kind of came up. Dolphins. Honestly, I don't even remember at this point what we even talked about. And then we go into
dolphins. That's right.
And then we go into fitness related topics. We talk about how to gain weight, calorie tracking, what it means to actually track calories and to try and get your weight up or control, and to what it means to intuitive eat, like why you can't just intuitive eat if you've never done it before. And then we talk about, I think we end on the sleep stuff, right?
Yeah.
After that,
we wrap it up with the sleep talk.
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah.
So sweet. All right. Well, enjoy the episode. And Adam, thanks for coming on again.
Sure thing, man.
Barely getting by. It's funny.
I don't even think I like that song, to be honest.
It's just, you know what? I liked it the first time I heard it. I didn't realize it was all over the radio.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's on the radio. When's the last time you listened to the radio?
That's a good point.
Why would you?
Yeah, ever since we got Spotify, there's no reason to.
Dude, yeah, I mean,
it's like
Spotify, Apple Music,
Audio Mac, if they...
Literally, Audio Mac. I mean, honestly,
Mac.
That's the number one thing
that
I use, obviously, every day.
I use Audio Mac all the time.
How else are you going to listen to Bone Apple Tea? You know what I mean?
It's the only way to do it.
It's the only way to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've listened to the radio. The only time I listen to the radio is actually if I rent a car.
Okay.
And I don't want to hook up my Bluetooth because, the second you put your car in anything but park, it's sorry, listen to the radio. Yeah. And then when I went to San Diego, I was listening to the radio, but it was all just Spanish music.
Yeah. Well,
that's so close to Mexico.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, it was sick,
Yeah.
But so I literally for whatever it was, 2 weeks there was just listening to random Spanish music.
Yeah. I think it's funny, I'll put on the radio if I really just don't even feel plugging in my phone. If I'm on the way to the gym and it's 5-10 minutes, depending if we go to Westerly or...
Well, you got sports radio. I don't know what the channels are in Connecticut. I've been living here for 8 years and I couldn't tell you.
The other day I heard Ben Shapiro on the radio. I was like, what is he doing on here?
I think that was just your most recent watch on YouTube there, buddy. Every time I come home, this kid is listening to well, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Bad timing. The rest of it is I'm listening to Chris D'Elia or
he's on a list somewhere.
He's on a list. Yeah, he is on a list, isn't he? Not anymore though, I don't think. But who else am I really listening to here?
I don't know. Charlie Puth. I think you listen to a lot of Charlie Puth.
That guy, every song just sounds like he's on the verge of crying.
Yeah, he really does. Didn't he say some ridiculous? I remember him saying some ridiculous shit at some point. I think we talked about it in an episode.
Yeah, I think we did probably a while ago.
He said some super condescending shit.
Yeah, didn't he say something about Selena Gomez or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think he said something that was What? Charlie Puth? Who do you think? Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah. What the fuck? I can't remember the last time I searched Charlie Puth on my
wanted to
Audio Mac and found him. You know what I mean? I just
yeah, me too. I can't remember. I feel like he doesn't really make music for us necessarily. I think his target audience is probably more so
in jail. Probably right.
Is he in jail?
Isn't he?
Charlie Puth?
No, I'm just making shit up.
Okay, I'm
Charlie for what, dude?
That's what I was about to ask.
For cutting his hair, getting a buzz cut when he had those luscious locks.
Yeah. Send him jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to fucking jail, dude. Those bald guys. And they're all acting in Fast and the Furious, and they're furious they can't. That's why they're so furious.
They're so furious because they can't
just can't grow their hair. And he cuts it right off. Yep. Looks horrible with a buzz cut, but you know what?
I'm actually surprised Dan Bilzerian still has hair. Considering that, like, I just listened to that podcast where he's been apparently on gear perpetually since he was like 20-something.
Dude, he's just injecting hair cells into his head every day.
Yeah, I guess so, dude.
What happens when you have money? You just don't die. You're just immortal.
The funniest part about that whole podcast to me, I mean, there's a lot of funny parts, like just the way that they talk about women and all that stuff. But like, how about how he's like, yeah, I keep a really tight diet. I don't really... nothing unhealthy. Like, I really try to avoid processed sugars. I'm like, kind of canceling all that out every time you stick the needle in your butt, dude. Like, you can not eat a Pop-Tart all you want, but at the end of the day, those 300 milligram weekly dosages of testosterone isn't really gonna.
I just can't believe that. Like, he was like, I started and I just didn't stop. I was like, dude.
But I don't eat sugar.
Fucking read a book. I don't know. I feel like, he doesn't even cycle it. Like, he just goes perpetually forever. Like,
I guess so,
constantly.
dude. It's, I mean, like, I don't, it seems like he said that there was that time that he wasn't when he was doing the so-called magic juice is what he called it. And it had like he said it had, and I'm forgetting the exact stuff, but he said like some sort of myostatin inhibitor and, I think it was a few peptides, and like he said, he just felt so amazing on it that he didn't even need to be on test.
So did he just like? I mean, I remember he said like his balls are like vaporized at this point.
Yeah, dude,
he has balls, but like I guess that's what happens. I mean, cool. He was just open about it.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I'm glad.
It's honest. It's so honest. I mean, and I think that like. When it comes to steroid use, there is that whole like, it's like you're gonna make your dick shrink, and it's like, no, but your balls. Say bye-bye. Yeah. And that's it, dude. And actually, Derek said that really weird thing where he was like, Derek from More Plates, More Days. He was like, and you get those occasions when the ball like seemingly slips up inside of you, and he's like, well, I haven't really had that happen. And I was like, Derek, what's going on, man? Why do you?
Dude, I actually know somebody. I don't know if he was born like this. But I know somebody that was, I think he was born like this. Basically, one of his testicles was like up here, like above his pelvis.
Shit, so it's like an ovary that never dropped.
Yeah, basically. Right? I mean, I don't think that's what it was. Like,
isn't that anatomically what happens?
I don't know. I don't know if ovaries turn into testicles.
I'm pretty sure, dude. Yeah.
I mean, I think they're like roughly the same size.
How many years in biomedical engineering? Come on.
I mean, we don't learn about ovaries turning into testicles. I'm just taking your word for it.
I'm looking this up.
But computer. What we got?
Yeah, keep it going though.
Yeah.
So you're saying?
So, well, yeah. I mean, anyways, he had one of his testicles was up here and the other one was down here. Now that you mention it, he kind of was a little bit of a,
That's what I'm saying.
He was a little whiny.
So why is my computer maybe that conveniently not working right now?
I'm joking, but anyways, so like
he went to the, I just went with it.
Doctor, I was like, dude, you're just gonna okay, all right, sure. Well, I want everybody to know that I'm joking. I don't know what you're talking about over there, but and he had to get it like surgically, like they like basically brought it down into his ball sack.
Wow. Yeah,
or scrotum. We should use technical terms.
Right into his fucking package. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Bluetooth, dude. Get this, Bluetooth keyboard setup. There isn't a keyboard connected.
I was gonna say, what's going on?
It's right here.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure it's connected.
It's the FBI van outside of our house trying to hack your computer.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we're not going to be able to use my laptop at all. So.
Bluetooth sucks. I'm going to say it. I've been saying it for weeks. Bluetooth sucks.
Yeah,
it's a shitty technology.
I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be a hard technology,
Yeah, we've been using it for 50 years or something, 30 plus years, I think. And it just sucks. You know what I mean? Every time you open up your AirPods and one of them doesn't connect or something, and then, you turn on your speaker and you're playing music and I'm like in the house next door, and for whatever reason, my phone starts playing a call out of your speaker. It's just Bluetooth being stupid.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you guys are upstairs doing something the other day, and I'm on the couch downstairs.
All of a sudden, Instagram's like, I'm hearing a meme through my speaker, and I'm like, what's going on?
No idea. And, I'm FaceTiming my dad, and it's ringing in the speaker upstairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
I don't... Also, how is the keyboard Bluetooth if it's literally hardware that's connected to the laptop?
You probably just try to add a device or something. Well, I mean, you didn't, but your computer thinks you did.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. It's back. By the way, what I was saying is real. So when you're a baby, we all start out as female. Then that sort of Y chromosome comes in. It's like, just kidding. And so the
woman just didn't get the memo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like sometimes, and I guess that's just like, that's just it was you, dude, or Kareem, just slept in too long.
And then he woke up and he was like, "Shit, where'd everybody go?
Oh my god,
what happened to the uterus?
What happened to the uterus? Oh shit,
guys. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you bring it right back down, and like, I don't know if it was functioning. Like, I don't actually. Because I never asked him because like we were kids and I wasn't going to be like,
hey, dude,
does your ball work?
I'd be curious though. Like, does it produce testosterone? Like, does it function? Or is it because like, I had a dog, Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus.
Same thing, right?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, dogs are the same, so.
Yeah. But he had only one testicle. And the other one, they had to go and fish up for the other one when we neutered him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, was the other one doing something? Like, were they worried? I mean, if they neutered the other one, then
I don't know. I think they just got rid of it because it caused, like, if it stays up there, it can cause problems.
Okay, that's fair.
But same question. I guess at the time I wasn't like, hey, is that testicle still producing testosterone for this dog?
Like, wow, that's very very astute of you.
10-year-old.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, I mean, I don't know how they do it with dogs. I guess it's probably similar to cats. I didn't neuter a cat. I spayed a cat.
Oh yeah, yeah. You did. Were you like an intern or something over there? How did that work?
Just like I was like, oh, I want to go to med school. And my mom was like, oh, go shadow this vet. I'm like, that's not the same, but sure. So I went in.
People,
and like, yeah, and I'm pretty sure. I don't remember if I was in high school or college.
Yeah.
I think I might have been in college, like a freshman.
Maybe her thought was, if you can handle animals, then maybe you can, like, maybe you'll see an animal thing, like dissection. You'll be like, oh, this is gross. There's no way I could see a human.
Animals, it is way different. All right. If I'm cutting into a human, like there's some like empathy there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can like feel
fuck
that.
Animals,
You know what I'm saying? No, but like I'm
sorry.
Like empathy. This is like empathy versus sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it feels like to be a cat.
Right.
But like if I'm cutting a dude's arm off, like I know what that's like. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that's like, but I can imagine because I got arms.
Because you got arms.
Yeah, but I don't have paws. So and I don't have, I don't know, like a cat vagina. So I don't know what it's like.
Sure. I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's funny because that's like I feel like most of what happens at most veterinarian offices is like neuters and spades.
Yeah, I guess what else do they do? Rabies stuff, maybe, like if they
shots and stuff. Whatever right. Weird like procedures.
I feel like a lot of elderly animals probably end up in those, right?
I don't remember any
like
elderly,
because I feel like that's where their money is. That's their money crank.
Just like keeping the elderly ones alive.
Yeah, my dad's friggin' shooting his cats up with like friggin' like some sort of they all got diabetes. He's got 2 cats. He daily has to give them daily shots.
See, this is what's wrong with the Western diet.
Yeah.
Even the cats are getting diabetes. I don't even understand that, dude. How does a cat develop diabetes?
I don't know.
It's all these sugary foods, dude.
Yeah, it's all these.
You gotta put those cats on the keto diet.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring them to CrossFit. Bring them to a CrossFit gym.
It's the only way to solve that problem.
Have them clean and press. Pull their weight around, dude. I don't
see
know.
Him training that at a CrossFit gym.
But
we got a new recruit today.
Dude, I don't know. So yes, there are old cats that are getting treatments.
Yeah,
stray animals. Sometimes like they take stray animals, I guess.
Right.
There was like a vet's office, just cat that was just like walking around, old as shit, just being a cat. Yeah, it's just like a which is kind of funny that they just, you don't really see that at other places, but they're like, yeah, fuck it, why not? We have a cat, we take care of them. So
it's not like you can't have pets in this office.
He just hangs out, watches other cats get like surgery. He's
like, you're not gonna want to see what's gonna happen to you today.
They just knock them out, and the cats are just like, you tie their arms and legs like they're in like a medieval torture device or something, and they're just,
they gotta like, it's
2
interesting.
Cuts. He's like, yeah, pull this and then just snip this, and I was like, all right,
huh?
And you just tie it up.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Next thing you know, your cat just can't reproduce.
Yep. And the next thing you know, Adam's like, I think I'll be an engineer.
That was it. I was like, smells awful in here, and
Maybe that was the intention. Your mom was like, I don't want him to be a doctor. Let's take him to a place that smells terrible.
Definitely wants me to be a doctor. Like still, even though there's no way that's happening.
Even still, she's like, hey, Adam, you think about, maybe going back to med school?
Hey, you want to work like 120 hours a week for like the next 8 years of your life?
And not get paid for most of it?
Yeah. Be a doctor.
Be a doctor.
Like, okay, I'm all set for now.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
But, I'll watch a cat get neutered.
Yeah. Dude, so wait a minute. For a lot of people, if they're fans of this show, Adam took a little hiatus. He decided to come back for a little guest spot. Oh,
that was
hold up. He's going to come back for a guest spot.
There it is.
And yeah,
button.
Just dropped
dude.
the button. There we go. But nice. So what have you been up to?
Just hanging out, living in the same house. You pretty much know, so.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's move on.
I mean, I know, but
yeah. I mean, just living life, just being a crypto guy, as it were.
Yeah, we did one episode on crypto, and this guy's like, "What?"
It's way different now. Just everything is. I mean, actually, now if you're doing anything in the crypto market, it's taking a huge dump. So
yeah, it is actually.
That sucks. But
yeah.
Anyways, basically, just just doing crypto.
Did that crypto episode like kind of fuel you to be more interested in it? Because when we did that episode, we were sort of learning at the same time. I was just the noise. Anytime it makes a noise, I was just like, this is so good, but it's still recording, so we're good. But did that sort of like, did you end up going down a deeper rabbit hole, or was it like just your brother kind of being more involved with it, where you're like, oh crap?
Well, we were trading like crypto before that.
Yep.
And the first time I bought something was probably in like 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, I mean, that was when you bought Ethereum back when it was literally like 200.
We were in college and I was freaking out, telling my friends to buy it.
Yeah.
And I think Zach bought some too. And then like now we were just like, oh yeah, let's start doing this again.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I have some in my wallet and it's worth like way more now because when we bought it was like in the hundreds, like it's like 200 something.
I know. It's literally like 4,300 or 4,000. I mean, depending on the day, right?
It was. Now it's like down to like 33 or something.
Is it really?
Dude, the whole thing's taking a shit right now, but it's fine. It's going to be back. It's going to be back. Everybody's freaking out, which is fine. It happens.
Yeah. It just makes everything cheaper for the people that stay, I guess.
You just got to hold,
Hold.
It's always the same shit.
Diamond hands.
So just basically like crypto, just like cooking, working, to be honest, like squaring everything away.
Yeah.
Transitioning, like interviewing at places.
Yeah.
And then
gosh, that's gonna be so weird.
Figuring out what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'd have to figure out.
Dude, the day you move out is gonna be wild. Because it's like, I know we didn't live together in our senior year of college, but like it kind of felt like we did just because we hung out so much.
Yeah.
And then we actually lived together so 2017 to 2022 pretty much is where our length of living together.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been in Connecticut for I would count college, like living in Connecticut, like basically all of it. Cause we go back for the summer.
Yeah. I mean, you've essentially been in Connecticut for 8 years.
Yeah, I'm probably like, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I'm probably never going to move back. Like, why would I, why would I move back here?
Anyway.
I'm thinking about it and it's like, all right, if I leave, like, why would I ever move back to Connecticut? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing for you there, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like there's just nothing.
The only thing I could think of is if you like, when you're doing well and you want to just get like a beach house, but it would be more so like in Rhode Island-ish.
Yeah. And I mean, like I wouldn't, if I bought it now, it'd cost me like $150 million or some shit. Like, I don't know. Dude, houses are so goddamn expensive right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like future, like why would you ever move back? And my only thought could be like if you wanted to get a place that was kind of close to New York and Boston.
Yeah.
It was kind of like you could be like a hub, or if you wanted just a second house that was on the outskirts of New York, that would make it easier to get to New York.
It wouldn't be bad. Like I'm trying to think like, because like,
I mean,
it hasn't been, I don't mind living in Connecticut. You know what I mean?
I think right now where we are is probably one of the better areas of Connecticut.
Yeah,
because I know
for sure.
When people think Connecticut, they're like, Greenwich. Like, nah, fuck Greenwich. Fuck all those people.
I was going to say, yeah, if I'm one of those, like,
sorry. Those people are great.
They're not.
No,
okay.
they're terrible.
But no, yeah, that's just like a bunch of rich people who work in New York but don't want to live there, which I totally understand.
Yeah, I get that too.
But yeah,
East side, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think I would live in Greenwich. Just not really my group of people. But I don't know. Here's cool because we're close to the beach. We're literally like down the street from the beach, which I feel like we just didn't even go to the beach.
We went to the beach. I went to the beach a bunch of times.
We did go to the beach, and I guess but I just feel like
we could have made more use of it.
We went to the beach as much as I would go to the beach if I lived not next to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Things changed
we went for walks and stuff.
Yeah. Things changed when I was talking to that girl that liked going to the beach a lot. And
I went to you guys went to the beach like 5 times.
Yeah. And I went with Griffin a few times too.
So I also went with Griffin a couple times.
Yeah.
And then I went on a couple of those walks, but beyond going for a walk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A beach day, probably about as much as if I lived inside.
Yeah.
Not more inward.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, I'm like, damn, probably should have went to the beach a little more. But
well, I'll still be here. So if you ever want to come visit,
That's right. I'm not dead, so I can still go to the
beach. You'll still be
passing on.
Yeah.
But
just moving on.
Even in New London. That was but this beach is obviously way nicer.
Yeah, this beach is so much nicer.
It's not even close.
Yeah. The only thing that was kind of cool about that beach is it had the little boardwalk area.
Yeah.
And it was really close to our house.
And you can take a boat. I mean, you can take a boat from this beach to the other beach.
Really?
Yeah, if you have a boat, people do it all the time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can just drive it on over. There's no rules.
Yeah, I guess once you're on the water, no rules.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a ton of fun when we went on that boat though, huh?
Oh yeah. Actually, when I was clearing up space on the memory card, that was one of the pictures was from that boat trip.
Ah, so cool.
Which was that in August or was that in July?
Well, when did you go on the boat thing for work?
September.
It might have been August. Might have been.
Oh yeah, because it was kind of right before that.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway. It was either late July, early August, somewhere around there. But yeah, I mean that was a blast, man. And it was crazy because I never thought I would just take get on someone's rant. I mean, we're calling it a boat, but it's a yacht. And
yeah, I guess that's true.
We just sailed to the middle of the ocean and we're like, all right, let's jump into the water.
Dude, I'm always thinking too, it's all right, well, where are we? Right? What's in this water right now?
If you went down there with goggles, you'd probably shit your pants.
Dude, I don't want to know what kind of fish, nothing.
Yeah.
Fucking shark, are sharks in Connecticut? I don't know. I don't really hear about shark attacks in Connecticut. But it's you go to Cape Cod and, you're on
deep, though, who knows?
That's what I mean. I don't know where these sharks are. Oh, dude, but, shark attacks.
Oh, they happen in shallow water. You're way more likely to get hit in the shallow water. That's where the people are.
Yeah. So, but every time, and then you go to Cape Cod and you're on the little trolley from the, the parking lot to the beach and they're like, hey, so, stuff's been happening.
Yeah.
We're not going to use the S word around here. But if you see the seals, don't go near them because something else likes to eat them.
Yeah,
something. Just say shark. Yes. I know that there's sharks here. It's all over the fucking news. Okay?
Those who should not be named.
Dude, it's straight up. It's the Lord Voldemort of animals.
Yeah.
And you go to the beach, but it was actually cool because the seals were rolling back and forth 10 feet into the water. So you could just see the seals.
Oh, wow.
And I don't really know, are seals friendly? It's it's a wild animal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean? A dolphin. I would be dolphins look sick. It's cool. It's a dolphin. They always look like they're friendly, cracking jokes and shit as dolphins do. But if you see a wild dolphin, do you go up to it? It's still a wild animal. Is it just gonna bite you?
Yeah. Well, dolphins have been known to be very friendly. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much it would like the approach. It could just. I mean, if it didn't, I'm sure it would just a little sail away kind of a thing.
Well, dude, I mean, don't dolphins try to bang people? I when I was in California,
that's a Crystalia thing, right? Dolphins fuck people.
I'm pretty sure
straight from his fucking stand-up. I'm pretty sure.
I think they do though. I actually think that's real. When we were in
tough, man.
California, yeah, I can't imagine that. You know what I mean? Getting banged by a dolphin. Is that even
size of a dolphin penis?
Is that actionable? Can you do something in a court of law about that?
I don't think so, dude. It's just an animal. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, they don't really know about consent.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like we went to California and there was dolphins surfing the waves really close to the shore. And we were
that's
like
awesome.
10 feet away from them. They were just like jumping out of the water right in our faces. But I was joking around with one of the guys like, hey, that dolphin's trying to bang you. And it kept like inching closer and closer. And, that's a real possibility. He kind of got scared and ran away, which I don't blame him.
So it says,
what do you
so the size of a dolphin's genitals definitely vary a lot. Some can be as big as a forearm.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
What about the smallest one?
It's more like the size of a human hand, which kind of honestly.
Okay, so dolphins are packing like humans.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. I mean, what's the average weight of a dolphin?
I don't know.
Now I got to look that up.
Mudbone of dolphins.
The ocean bone of dolphins.
A dolphin? I mean, dolphins I feel like are just like, all fish in general are just like one big muscle, right?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of have to be, right?
They're pretty lean. So I feel like a dolphin's pretty heavy.
So a dolphin can weigh anywhere from 2,200 pounds to 6,600 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of weight for just like a very like, not to, kind of disrespect the dolphin.
What are you trying to say?
But for like are you telling me,
it's a fish, dude.
Dude, I feel like humans have like for our like proportional size have way too big of penises.
Yeah, I mean, if the dolphins, well, think about
and an ape, dude. Apes, everyone's like, dude. Everyone will be like, oh, hung like a gorilla, but like, dude, gorillas got like tiny dicks.
Yeah, Sal talks about that a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't like know, but like, okay, but gorillas also don't have sex for fun. Dolphins do it, humans do it. No, gorillas. I mean, I guess I don't know, but I thought that was like the only animals that are like considered to do it for fun are dolphins and humans.
Yeah, because I think monkeys will do it to get something out of it, or is that penguins? Like penguins will like pretend to like they'll like what was it like?
I want that fish.
Yeah,
I'll trade you.
Like there was this video of like a penguin, like a male penguin bringing a female penguin a bunch of like pretty rocks and stuff, and then like she like pretended to court and then like got all her pretty rocks and then bounced.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, gold digger.
Yep.
Dude, that's called getting a drink from a guy at a bar right there. That's what that penguin did.
Thanks for the rocks.
See you, loser. Yeah. He just walks away. Well, okay, but the dolphin thing, yeah. So, I mean, if you think about it, dude, how long is a dolphin? Probably like 7-8 feet long.
Yeah, something like that.
And then they're just like one giant like circular muscle. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And muscle's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So
it is kind of crazy to think that your whole body is constantly active with how you're moving. Yeah, you're essentially just like wiggling your way through at all times.
Okay, also the whole like I know I'm the one who brought it up, but like the whole dolphins have sex for fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we even know that? You know,
hey,
what I mean?
dolphin, are you enjoying this one?
How do you like objectively measure that? Like, is there a study that's like, yes, we can say with confidence that
dolphins, in fact, do have sex for fun.
Statistically significant, this dolphin is having fun. Like, how do we,
let's see. How do we know? Yeah, it's kind of.
I think they
weird
measured
question.
like serotonin. Like, I would imagine that, like all kids. Or sorry, not all kids. What the hell am I talking about? Animals operate in a similar way, like with neurotransmitters.
Okay, so they're saying it's so funny. Dolphins have sex year round, not only for reproduction, but also to solidify social bonds and for social learning. I learned something today.
Yes. I don't want to do that with you again. That's what I've learned. Okay, so it's more of like
it's more of like an observation, and I guess dolphin females have very well developed clitorises.
I don't really know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
It's a well developed.
It's literally a quote, dude. I don't know.
That sounds a little subjective.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, that's a nice clitoris. That dolphin's got a nice." What the hell does that even mean? I don't even understand.
Like compared to what?
What do they do? What is marine science? You know what I mean? Is that what they do?
We got.
Is that what they're doing at Avery Point?
This is why all these ladies I knew in college wanted to be marine scientists. Just fucking doing bullshit. What is this?
Dude, yeah, that's what they do at Yukon Avery Point? That's what they spend their money on?
Yep, apparently so.
It's like, wow, look at that dolphin.
That's one. That's one clitoris.
It's kind of messed up.
Anyway.
Wait, so what did you want to talk about?
We should probably
gaining weight.
Yeah, we should. We have a little bit of bullshit. Did we even talk about? Oh yeah, so you got into the crypto stuff. You've been doing that.
Yeah,
I don't
basically
know how
just
we stopped. Oh, you started talking about like the doctor thing,
just like making a lot of random
food TikToks.
Food TikToks.
Oh, your food TikToks slap though.
Thanks, bro. I'm gonna keep doing them.
Yeah, I think you should because they look really good, and you actually, the thing that we don't get to actually experience when we watch a TikTok is like, how does it taste? I've been seeing these food things where they just cover shit in cheese, and they just like, it's just oozing cheese and sauce. I'm like, it doesn't look good.
It just like
sloppy
those
mess.
just make my stomach hurt like watching them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, cool. I'm gonna be sitting over the toilet for 2 weeks.
It's like when Jason Derulo makes something. Skittles pizza with brownie and friggin',
I actually get a headache watching those in the sense that like, you ever just eat too much sugar and you get a headache? Like for me, I can't eat a lot of candy because I just get a headache.
Yeah, sure.
And like, it was so much so to where just like literally just seeing it and thinking about consuming it was almost headache inducing.
Dude, I don't know how there's no way he eats it all.
No fucking way.
Or
he takes one bite and he's like, this is gross, dude. I can't eat.
Yeah, dude, like that's what I'm saying. Like, so he's just like wasting all of this food.
He's like making a cake and it's like totally normal. Like, oh, cool. He's putting marshmallows. You're like, oh, okay. Some graham crackers. Like, oh, some kind of s'mores thing. And then just like Kit Kats and Reese's Cups. And you're like, all right, well, what the hell's going on now? And then all of a sudden he's like, melting like a bunch of gummy worms and pouring the liquid in. It's like, dude. You get this like rainbow chocolate fucking disgusting looking thing, puts whipped cream on it, and then like
calls it a day.
Yeah, some insulin.
I just and then he's just like Jason Derulo.
Yeah, and then he just dances. Dude, I saw a video of because he got into a fight or something.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I don't think he got like somebody like attacked him because they thought he was somebody else.
Oh, they thought he was I
think it was Usher or something, or not Usher. No, was it Usher?
It might have been something like that. I did see this article though.
Like they thought he was somebody else, and so
he got pissed.
Yeah, and it was just funny because it was like I don't remember what his name is. Something Davis, like the comedian, a dude on Instagram. There's like a million of them. That's not going to narrow it down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy on Instagram.
Something Davis. Anyways, he did a side-by-side video, and it was like. It was like, yeah, man, fighting Jason Derulo. Like, I don't know why you would even want to fight him, because like if you beat him, then you got to say that you beat up this guy. And it's just the side by side, like a duet with a video of him doing that dance where he's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like bucking his ass, like he's riding a horse or something.
Oh yeah, mistakes for being Usher.
Yeah, so it was Usher. Yeah.
Also, the one of the searches that came up as an autofill was Jason Derulo gets mistaken for being a dolphin.
Wow, that's a little weird. That's a little topical.
It's a little topical.
I don't know, man. That's a little sketchy, actually.
It's a little weird.
Are people searching that, or was that like your computer's listening to us? Mistaken for a dolphin.
Yeah, I think what happened is I searched dolphin penis size average, and then average size of a dolphin.
Derulo dolphin penis, dude. He does the Well, the other part was like, oh yeah, and then if you get your ass kicked by Jason Derulo, you got to say you get your ass kicked by this dancing guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a video of him like doing these TikTok dances, dude. I was dying. But yeah, I mean, that guy actually like boxes a lot, just like
does he really
to work out?
Oh, I didn't even know that. I mean, so he probably can throw a punch.
Yeah, he was like super offended that people were like laughing about it.
Oh, really?
It's like, yeah, I was singing dancing shit, but I don't think you want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Like I fight. You know what I mean? Like I fight a lot. You know what I mean? And and he does. He boxes. It's like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to fight you. He's fucking jacked and he knows how to box.
Yeah, yeah. And also, like, I feel like if you were responsible for breaking his nose or something, that would be unfortunate.
Dude, that's like how expensive is that? That's like $2 million nose right there.
Yeah, it's like it's like walking up to the Sphinx and like
somebody did it.
Yeah, that wasn't it. The short guy there. What's his face?
Napoleon.
Isn't he the one that shot this nose off the?
I don't know.
Oh God, I don't want to look it up, honestly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not important. I don't think anybody knows how that thing fell off.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I did want to talk about, because we'll talk a little bullshit, talk a little fitness stuff. We'll keep it a little topical here. So we'll jump around a little bit. But one of the things that I saw that I wanted to actually bring, I'm actually happy you're here to talk about, is this girl posted, how on earth can I gain weight? I've been skinny my whole life. Like, it's impossible. And like, when I was looking at the comments that were under it, it was like, oh, just eat a lot of carbs. Oh, just like eat. It was like all carb, like just carb up pretty much, which I kind of get, right? Because you gain some water weight and like, it is kind of easier to eat carbs. But I think that there was like a general misunderstanding with just thinking that like gaining weight equals eating more carbs as opposed to just eating more food and like working out a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people think that for some reason. I mean, like, I guess like, like you're not wrong. Like you will like retain water. You know what I mean? If you haven't been eating carbs.
Yeah.
And then I guess if you eat like a substantial amount, sure, and sodium, like you'll retain water. But yeah, I don't know. People just kind of associate like carbs with gaining weight.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because they're easy to eat, but
I think
like
so.
It's just like a weird confusion where it's like, yeah, it's the carbs. It's like,
it's just the overconsumption, right?
It's like the 15 bagels that you ate instead of like the one bagel.
Yeah. I mean? It's the 2 bagels with cream cheese that you stacked on, and people blame it on the bagel when it's like, well, that cream cheese.
Yeah. And it's not even like a serving size. It's like a
it's like,
it's like, oh yeah, I ate a peanut butter sandwich, and it's like it's not a serving of peanut butter, bro. It's like 800 calories of peanut butter. Right there.
Yeah. So I think this was a female who asked the question, but I think this just kind of goes for any person out there when it comes to trying to gain size and, thickness, as it were.
Is that what this was?
2 C's.
I'm trying to be thick.
I think it was like, she was a skinnier girl, and like it's obviously super popular these days to like be, the thick with 2 C's. That's like the whole like trend, it's like it's out there. And I get it. Some people definitely have the genetics for it and some people don't. I personally was a like string bean growing up. I was like super, super thin at all times. I was thinking about it. It's taken me since the time I was 15 to now. When I was 15, I weighed about 150 pounds. And I now trying to weigh this weight at 195. So it's really taken me like essentially, almost 10 years to like get to a point where I can retain 195 pounds consistently and not be like 195 fat,
Yeah.
And so I think people maybe underestimate how long it takes to actually gain and hold that weight healthy,
Yeah, like for sure. I mean, kind of the same way, like I was, super skinny too.
Yeah.
For a wicked long time. And I honestly, like, I was super active. And I feel like at the time too, like I thought I was eating a lot, but then like I realized like I wasn't. Or like thinking back on it, like I wasn't eating nearly as much
as you thought you were.
Yeah. Like I was eating a lot of food, but like for the amount of activity I was doing, it was not.
Right.
Like I was eating basically anytime I was hungry, if there was food in front of me, like I would just eat it because I'm like, I'm skinny. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
And like, I just have a fast metabolism, which like, okay, to an extent, but really I was just playing basketball for like hours and hours after school every day. And then also doing sports. And then also like, whatever, just like running around and then not eating breakfast or anything.
Yeah. And then I'm sure your school lunch, like how was your school lunch? I remember mine.
It was okay.
It was like, I remember some days it was like a single baked potato with some fucking cream cheese and little bacon bits.
Dude, some days I just forgot to bring lunch money. So I just didn't even eat. I would just eat like somebody would give me a chicken nugget and be like, thanks, bro. And then I just go home and eat at my house.
Yeah. And so it's like you have one meal at the end of the day.
I just wasn't eating. I just think about it. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's why I was so skinny.
Dude, and I'm like thinking about it too, because I've been working out forever since I was like 12 or something. And I'm just like, I would drink a protein shake and be like, oh, nice. That's my protein.
Yeah.
And then
done.
Now I'm like 20 grams, dude. If I don't eat anything all day, I'm drinking like 5 protein shakes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and having a steak.
Yeah.
Trying to just make up for it.
But you don't realize that until later. And I'm like tracking calories, trying to gain weight. And I'm like, I need to eat like 1,000 calories more than I'm eating.
Yeah.
I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, the tracking really shines a light on what you may be missing out on, because I think a lot of people think they eat a lot. And then they're like, oh, well, I had breakfast and I had lunch and I had dinner. How come I'm losing weight and I'm trying to gain weight? And it's like, well, your breakfast was a cup of yogurt. And then you had like some cereal for lunch. And then like, maybe you splurged and you got like a half pizza. I mean, even still, even if you did that, even if you had pizza and then everything else I just named, you probably would still be only at like 1,500-ish calories.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like a slice of pizza is like maybe 200 calories.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over than that. I overestimate it just because, like, whenever I eat pizza, just because.
Oh yeah, anytime I eat pizza, I'm like, I'm not gaining muscle today. Yeah. That's pretty much that's how I look at it.
Which is like, it's not true, but it's just like I always end up feeling shitty the next day.
Yeah,
and then like I don't know, it's fucking pizza. It is what it is.
Yeah,
so good, but it's just not the best thing at all. And
no,
also,
definitely
not. And also, like, I feel like whenever I see people like talking about, basically, like, whether it's vegetarian or like, I'm trying to eat healthy, it's like literally just like a ton of carbs. It's always like just like, what was your breakfast? Like fucking oatmeal with like oats and a side of
oatmeal with oats with oat milk
and a side of oat. Yeah, exactly. And then like, what'd you have for lunch? Like, I had toast and like avocado toast.
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I mean? I don't know, like something ridiculous where it's like a salad, but like with noodles or something. I'm like, dude,
a noodle salad.
And it's like, cool, you're getting your salad, but it's literally, it's just like carbs and carbs and carbs. I'm like, God, you're eating like 20 grams of protein a day. Like you're going to be thin and like feel weak.
Yeah. Cause like you have to, in order to retain the muscle mass, even if you're not trying to build it necessarily, you still have to have protein. And you can't, and like just trying to like, I know this girl that said that she's trying to, she's trying to lose a little bit of weight. So she's going vegetarian to help it make it easier for her to get her 6-pack ready. And I'm like, oh, well, you don't have to do that. Like if you want to, that's really cool. But like, it's just as easy to lose weight eating meat. In fact, I think it's a little easier to retain the muscle mass because you can just eat animal proteins.
It's more satiating. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's really hard for protein to be converted into fat. Like really hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of studies out there that show that's like something that definitely your body's like not trying to do.
Yeah.
So, eating like a high amount of protein if you're trying to lose weight is actually like a good idea. It's obviously not the best thing long term, just from your kidneys and your liver.
Yeah, yeah. But the whole like, dude, people will be like, oh yeah, look at all these bodybuilders dying of kidney damage. I'm like, do you think it was the protein or do you think it was the excessive use of steroids?
Dude, also, like if you're bringing your body to a place where it's like holding 300 pounds of muscle with like,
5%,
yeah,
4% body fat.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Like you got to support all that muscle. You know what I'm saying? So that's like just a shitty place to be.
I know. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the danger in people like drawing parallels to bodybuilders.
It's not a normal person.
It's not a person. Yeah, I mean they're a person. Sorry, but it's not like they're not even. They're just animals. No, but they're just it's not like something you can compare a standard human being who's not trying to retain 200 and something pounds of muscle with sub 6% body fat.
Yeah,
for
dude.
A show.
I mean, like you can keep your calorie count pretty high if you're consuming a high amount of protein. And like, I don't know. I think about it. Like, I feel like I look at like you, like both probably do, but like looking at calories and food just way too much from a macro perspective in the sense that literally like macros, like when I see food, I'm like thinking macros.
Yeah. 100%.
Because I know I'm getting the micros because I'm always eating things like salmon or like salad and vegetables, so I'm not so much worried about that stuff.
Right.
So whenever I see food, I'm just thinking like, okay, well, there's got to be some kind of protein, there's got to be some kind of fat, usually comes with the meat, or I eat yogurt or something.
Right.
And then there's got to be some kind of carb, but I'm never like whenever I see food and it's just carbs, I'm like, this is garbage. That's like kind of my thought process. I'm like, what is this doing for me? Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
All right,
unless
cool.
I'm about to go like run around in a couple hours from now and like, play sports or something. Like this is doing nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know,
unless you're trying to meet a carb intake requirement, you know, which is like, you know, you're having your rice, maybe you throw in pasta or something, or you've been switching out, I think, some of your rice for like bread too lately.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just eat some sourdough, you know,
Yeah.
It's nice, make a little sandwich.
Yeah. So I think for the person that's trying to gain weight, that's having a tough time, is putting an effort into understanding what you're eating and how much you're eating is probably step number one.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of why I brought up the whole tracking thing. But like tracking, I think like would be, which is almost weird because it sounds like counterintuitive if people are like counting calories. Like, but I saw this on an Instagram post the other day, and it just kind of reminded me because like I literally had the same exact revelation where it was like I started tracking my food and noticed that I need to be eating way more. So it was way easier for me to gain weight when I actually had the, like numbers to support it.
Yeah.
And it made sense to why I wasn't for a while because I was noticing like I just wasn't eating a lot. Not to say that I didn't, like I still gained muscle, you know, I was still working out for an extended period of time.
Right.
Like for years and years. It's like you still get conditioned and you know, you can still push your numbers in the gym. It's just not the same at all. Like the second I started feeding myself more, I was like, oh, this is crazy.
I know. Well, it makes me think about Johnny too, who recently decided that he's just going to eat one meal at the end of the day.
That's tough to get. Yeah, it's tough to get.
That's tough. Like I was thinking like, man, that's really, and like I know there's not the whole like, you know, you can only absorb 30 grams of protein an hour. I know that that's kind of like bullshit-ish, right? Where it's like, you know, you can, depending on the person, you might actually be able to absorb a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like your body's just going to see all this excess protein and just dump it. But it's just like, it's more quote ideal if you can spread your protein intake throughout the day, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah, as opposed to like sandwiching 90 grams of protein in one meal. Your body's like, whoa, lots of protein here.
Yeah.
But your body's British.
I mean, it's true. And like, even the things like, okay, like, you know, high level, if you're just worried about gaining weight, just think about calories, right? You just want more calories.
Right.
Just eat more food in general. And, you know, carbs will help, sure, because, and also carbs are just easier to eat. But if you're thinking, like, if we're talking about like performance and kind of optimizing everything, you know, you want to eat carbs a few hours before you work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If there's a day where you're not going to be as active, even if you're trying to hit like a calorie number, if you don't consume as many carbs, it's not the end of the world. It's probably better for you because you're not burning not burning as much energy that day. You know what I mean? If you're having a relatively lax day, I don't think there's anything wrong with backing off the carbs a bit if you don't think you're going to be active that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like carbs is like gasoline in a car. You know, you're going to use it as energy when you're doing exercise. If you think you're going to be sitting on your ass all day, then sure, you know, eat a small amount with protein or something because it still has the whole, you know, muscle sparing effect. That's still a thing.
Right.
It's still very relevant, you know, pre and post workout to have some carbs with your protein after you work out.
Yep.
You don't have to, you know, you also don't have to eat right after you work out. A lot of people have like, you know, gut inflammation and stuff. You want to like chill a little.
Yeah, because they got to calm down. You're in that like fight or flight state of mind. It's like, you know, if you just go and start scarfing down food afterwards, your body's like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. And like some people get stomach aches from that. You know, I tend to wait like half an hour or so.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, you know, for optimal muscle growth, right? Yeah. Eating protein and carbs after a workout is definitely going to help optimize your, you know, what you get out of that workout.
Yeah.
Who knows what the difference is? Like, it's probably not crazy different, but there's a difference. You know, people like, I know there is this whole kind of, oh, well, as long as you get it in, because at first you shouldn't be worried about that small bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you're just trying to eat more food and gain weight.
Yeah. Like if you're someone who's coming in who's really, really new and like doesn't even know how to track yet.
Yeah.
You know, then like just getting to the point where you're just hitting the goal of your protein goal, your 1 gram per pound of body weight at lean body mass type of goal, that's the important part. And then it's like, well, okay, so after I've done that really good for a long time, how can I sharpen the knife?
Yeah. And like, so when you get to a point where you're not even thinking about that, you know what I mean? And like, you know, I feel it gets to a point where you're like, all right, well, if I want to, you know, take the next step, it's like, make sure I get some protein and carbs in after I work out. And, you know, if I'm going to go and play sports later tonight, maybe I'm in a rec league or like, you know, I'm going to jujitsu or something, like 2 or 3 hours beforehand, I want to eat a bunch of carbs and drink a bunch of water, you know, and like consume a bunch of sodium, because by the time I get there, it's like processed enough. It depends, like, you know, obviously what you eat, but that's just like generally the time frame.
Yeah. Well, the whole salt thing is actually a really good thing to mention too, because I think people tend to, and I, even as someone who's like a, you know, athletic in the sense of like weightlifting, I was avoiding salt for the longest time, thinking it was bad for me.
Yeah.
Not realizing that as active gym goers, salts and you know, electrolytes in general are so helpful and integral to actually performance.
It's huge, and I noticed a big difference. I bought because I was using those like Propel, like the Gatorade ones.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody post like on their story, or maybe it was like Mind Pump or something, about like their elements. I was like, oh, I'll try it. No, it's like a lot higher.
Oh yeah, that's like LMNT, right?
Yeah.
Element. Yeah.
And I took one before, so I've actually taken like a couple in a day, and it's crazy because it's like 1,000 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then like there's magnesium and potassium, but I don't remember what kind of magnesium. I don't think it's 3 and 8. I think it's like bicyclo something or the other. But it's supposed to be. It's another one of those like supposed to pass the blood-brain barrier, which I guess that and the 3 and 8 type that has those claims haven't been tested enough yet to like concretely say that. But that's like the idea, is that they're supposed to have that effect.
Okay.
Because actually, well, we can talk about the sleep thing too. But
oh yeah, you should.
We can talk about that briefly. But anyways, I was taking the sodium packets, and you're thinking like, okay, that's I took 2 packets in a day, and that's like not including the salt I get in my food and stuff, but I make all my own food. So as much sodium as I'm putting in, you know, it's like grams. I'm not putting like grams and grams of salt.
Yeah, you're doing a little. And now that you have that little like tube that we have the salt
Mario
in.
pipe.
Yeah, a little Mario pipe.
Yeah, so anyways, the point is a lot more salt. I noticed a huge difference going into like jujitsu. If I took the salt packet beforehand, like I was like, wow, I feel like my endurance was way higher.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because a lot of those, what's in that packet is going to help facilitate muscle action potentials.
Yeah. 100%. You know? And like, you know, you sweat a lot. Like I'm sweating a lot at that gym.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You're losing a lot of salt that way too.
And during lifting in the morning. So it's like I'll wake up and that's the first thing I do is just slam a bottle of that. And actually I think, what's it called? I think Danny Mcconaughey does the same thing. I saw on his story.
Oh yeah, he does like a fasted lifting with the element stuff.
Well,
right?
he does. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he does the green juice in the morning too. I was like, dude, I swear to God, this is like, I literally did this exact thing for such a long time. I don't do the green juice anymore. I literally just slam the salt, drink a bunch of water, and then I'll usually just go in.
Is the green juice, like, did you take that out just because you didn't feel like buying the Organifi stuff anymore?
I just forgot, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm interested to see how the Athletic Greens is in comparison.
Yeah, you have to let me know.
Yeah.
Probably tastes, the taste is probably going to be different. And
yeah. I'll let you try some too, for sure.
That Genesis stuff just tastes so bad, dude.
It's so bad, dude. So bad. It's just like, just add mint to it or something. Like, add something to it. Like
the berry one was worse, to be honest.
The berry one's way worse, dude.
Yeah. I took 1 scoop of that, and I was like, this is so disgusting. I didn't use the rest of the box. I think it just
like I had to. So you know me, consistent robot Randy over here.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I would. The only way I could get it down was mixing it with like a chocolate protein powder.
Yeah,
and it destroys the protein powder for sure. Like it just makes it a terrible drink, but I can at least get it down.
Yeah, because it is pretty brutal otherwise.
Yeah, the effects of it are nice. Like what it feels good afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just getting it down. The hatch is the tough part.
And it's the shittiest thing. That's why I was like, I'm just going to eat salad. Like I could eat a bunch of salad. You know what I mean? So salad and broccoli, I have no problem doing that. It's satiating, Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's not ashwagandha, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I actually have some though.
Do you have some?
Yeah, a bunch. I have powdered form. I got it in pill form.
Whoa!
What do you need? I got my jacket full of sups.
full of sups. Love it.
But yeah, dude, those salt packs make a huge difference. I'm definitely just gonna be doing that for the foreseeable future. Just gonna keep doing that because those are dope. But I don't know how we got onto this again, but there was something else. Oh yeah, did you want to? I think some of the intuitive eating thing.
Oh yeah. Well, this kind of goes on. This kind of works with the intuitive eating thing because I think right now it's really popular for a lot of these really famous Instagram fitness type people to be like, oh, like I don't track calories anymore. I just intuitively eat. And I think some people see that and they're thinking like, okay, well, how come I can't just intuitively eat? Like if this person over here, this is what they do and look how freaking ripped they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like I should just intuitively eat. And my point that I really want to drive home here is that they can intuitively eat because it's not actually intuitive. I guess it's intuitive, but it's only intuitive because their intuition has been created.
Yeah.
Like they have had years of dedication of tracking to say that it's now intuitive.
Yeah, whereas that's like basically what your intuition is. It's just pattern recognition from something you've seen before.
Yeah,
right?
like
so
they can look at a 6-ounce breast of chicken and be like, that's a 6-ounce breast of chicken.
And they're probably wrong, like maybe it's probably 5 or 4 ounces.
Yeah,
you know
right,
I mean? Who really? But like the thing is, like
anyway,
they're probably close enough.
Yeah.
And if you're already at a place you want to be at, like you've already like reached your body goals and you're just like trying to maintain it, it's way easier. Like you can intuitively eat at that point. Intuitively eat, assuming right. Like okay, yeah, this person who's jacked probably has been tracking calories forever, and like you weigh a piece of chicken or you weigh a piece of beef enough times, like you kind of just eyeball it. You're like, all right, yeah, that's enough. Dude, I haven't tracked in a while, but I've stayed at like 100, like 158 to 160 for the past like 3 months, and I haven't tracked really at all.
Yeah, I mean the thing that I do is because I'm pretty consistent with how I eat. Is I will plan out in my FitnessPal my daily eating, including my little 2 Oreo snack and all that crap. I'll put it all into there and be like, oh, okay, so that's what I need to eat on a daily basis. Okay, sure. And if I have a little bit less peas or a little bit more green beans or a little bit more broccoli or less broccoli, like it's around that area of calories. It's mainly I center everything around the animal products, like the chicken or the chicken sometimes, salmon other times, and so I don't have to daily track because I don't really stray too far outside of that, except maybe the weekends when I'm like having bowls of Reese's Puffs. But that's I guess the point is that like to be able to intuitively eat, you have to actually create a positive intuition.
Yeah, 100%. Like I was gonna say, like that's kind of why I'm able to do the same thing, like not really track and not worry about it. Is just because like I was for a long time, and like I keep the rice the same.
Yep.
The only thing I'm really changing is like the meat that I'm eating and then how I prepare it. Yeah. And I always leave myself like 400 calories worth of just snacks and bullshit that I can eat at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like on a lot of the days, it's like. Because I did the same thing, right? Like Oreos and whatever and like cookies and stuff. So like I remember what those are and it also says it on the box.
Yeah. Yep.
So I know like, all right, well, if I eat like these basic, like this much rice and this much protein and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm like, well, I forgot to eat toast this morning. That's another X amount of calories. And it's like later in the day, I can kind of just eat whatever the hell I want and just eyeball it.
Yeah.
And then some days I'm a little under, some days I'm a little over. It just like evens out.
Yeah.
And the only thing I change is how I prepare the food. Sometimes I'll add a little bit more fat in the form of like butter or, some yogurt with something, make a sauce. But it doesn't matter because my like planned out general framework is like slightly under where I need to be. So at the end of the day, I get to snack and it doesn't actually affect it.
Yeah. It's like you've planned for that type of eating. And I think that actually kind of goes along with someone saying like, oh, like if you want to be in really good shape, you have to give up all this stuff. You have to like, you can't eat cookies and you can't do this and you can't. It's like you just can't eat a whole sleeve.
Yeah.
You can have the cookie, you just can't eat the whole package, So it's like, I think some people forget that like, or maybe they just don't understand. They think that like in order to be in good shape, you have to like I think I remember someone commented under one of my posts like, "Oh man, I would love to be, in shape like that, but I love cupcakes too much." I'm like, "I do too."
Yeah.
It's like I just don't eat them every single day all the time in forms of 5.
Yeah, I think that's where it kind of turns into like why are you eating like this fifth and sixth cupcake? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you avoiding something? Or are you just trying to just
right? Yeah, there are other troubles there.
That's where like that kind of stuff comes in because I'm kind of the same way, and I like sweets, but I just don't like the way it makes me feel when I have too many. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I guess I'm lucky in that sense where like I literally like I don't like I get a it just doesn't feel good, dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get a headache if I eat too much sugar sometimes, and that's like good. You know,
it is. It's like an internal friggin' mechanism of stopping you. Like, hey, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, if I eat too much, super spicy food or like very cheesy things, like I just don't feel good. I don't feel light on my feet. You know, I got to go to the bathroom a lot. It's just not a good look.
Like, we installed the bidet.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it definitely. I guess some people just ignore that, or maybe they don't know what it feels like to not feel like that.
I think that's exactly it. When you like, I think when someone said like you're just weak if you have diarrhea after Taco Bell, and so I'm like, okay, well, just because you have it every single day, like you've now gotten your body used to garbage and feeling like garbage, so you don't even know what it feels like to eat really healthy, because it's just seemingly something that is more miserable than actually what the outcome would be, which is feeling better.
And dude, I don't think I've ever looked at like Taco Bell and just been like, oh hell yeah, let's go to Taco Bell.
Dude, never.
I swear to God, I've been to Taco Bell like 3 times in my whole life.
When I went there, I think I've been there exactly 3 times, and it was once in high school, another time in high school. I had an ex at the time who loved Taco Bell. And I went there and just like so disappointed.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I was like, kind of go to KFC. It's right there.
Yeah, like like anything but that, dude. Like I don't know why people like Taco Bell so much.
I mean, neither. The best thing I got from Taco Bell was a Baja Blast, but that was Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's not even Taco
Bell. I think I feel like if you like Taco Bell, you must not like. Maybe you've just never had Mexican food.
It's not. I don't know. It's definitely not the best.
Okay, hold up. Here we go. I think Taco Bell is worse to a well-cooked Mexican dinner than like a McDonald's is to a well-cooked burger.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I've gone to McDonald's a bunch of times and I haven't gone to Taco Bell. I was actually going to say like things like Wendy's, McDonald's, depends what you get, but sometimes it's like pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you can get the dollar menu stuff, which is still consumable. Like I'll still eat it. You know what I'm saying?
But you get that top shelf stuff, the stuff that comes with a number,
dude. Like a quarter pounder. You know what I'm saying? That's a great burger.
Yeah,
I'll get a quarter pounder. They actually cook those too. I know. You're like, well, they cook all the food. Yeah, but it's different. Okay, these are like they actually like cook the quarter pounders like on a grill, whatever the hell.
Yeah. And I think Wendy's is actual, like most of it's actual beef, right? Like that's their whole thing. Like
it's horse meat.
It's horse.
It is. That's horse meat.
It's horse meat.
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
I bet. What?
No, I'm fucking around. Well, actually, no. Wasn't there something where like 70% of like fast food burgers are like horse meat?
What?
Or like they're like 70% horse meat? Let's look it up.
Yeah. You look it up. That's
70% like
I do remember that there was the whole thing where McDonald's had this campaign like now made with 100% beef, and everyone was like, "What the fuck were we eating?"
Yeah. Hold on. Taco Bell has officially joined Club Horse Meat. The fast food chain and subsidiary from Yum Brand says it has found horse meat in some of the ground beef it sells in the UK. British Food Standard Agency says Taco Bell's products contain more than 1% horse meat.
Wow. So
Taco Bell becomes the least surprising company to be dragged into the horse meat debate. Does Taco Bell use horse meat 2020? Yes. Okay.
The answer is just yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's already another L for Taco Bell. Hit up T-Bell.
Okay. So yeah, McDonald's uses 100% pure and halal beef and chicken.
Oh, look at that. Even had the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, that's interesting though. It's kosher. Has this beef been blessed by a rabbi? Would like to know your location.
There's a rabbi at the end of every assembly line, like
yeah, like
every burger that comes out.
You're telling me a cow fried this rice?
Beef fried rice, is that what it came from?
So anyways, the point is there's horse in your burgers.
Wow, it sounds like there's horse in the tacos.
Oh, it's Taco Bell actually. It sounds like it has horse meat in it, but
that's
McDonald's
crazy.
Is not.
Wow, so if you
hate
McDonald's. Horses and you like eating them, continue to eat at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I guess.
Dude, did you see they came out with fried chicken?
What did Taco Bell?
Taco Bell came out with chicken wings.
Yeah, I mean, what did they just take it out of the KFC?
Yeah, they're just like, that's what I'm saying. This is like, that wasn't really a surprise to me. They just went over. They said, "Hey, you can take our tacos if you want."
Dude, people won't get vaccinated, but they'll eat chicken wings at Taco Bell. You tell me that's a thing? What the hell does it? What is it? It's supposed to be like a taco flavored chicken wing?
Dude, I don't know. I
don't
think so.
Taco flavored tacos at that place. You know, you could just eat a taco.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh shit. We should talk about sleep real quick.
Yeah.
I know this doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but I do want to roll into it because you were saying some pretty cool stuff.
Since we're talking about horse meat and we should probably talk about sleep. But no, actually, because we brought up the magnesium supplementation, and dude, there's another one of those things where I just listened to this super long podcast. I think it was a Huberman Lab podcast. And they had this sleep scientist on, Matthew something. I really should know. You know what? I'm just going to figure it out while we're doing this.
Yeah, that's all right. Keep it going. So you're talking about sleep. Matthew Mcconaughey apparently is on here talking about the importance of sleep.
It was really cool.
It's really
that movie, Sahara.
I just watched Fool's Gold. That was a good movie.
That is a great movie. He had a run there. He had a little run there.
Yeah, he had a big run, dude. He was fucking jacked as shit in that movie too. Whoa. It's funny. I remember seeing. I remember seeing that movie as a kid, and as a kid, I didn't really think anything of it. But now, as like an adult who's like trying to have a really impressive physique, I saw him on the screen. I was like, damn, he's shredded.
Yeah, he looks great, dude. He looked great in that movie.
Anyway, so the sleep guy.
Cool. I forgot his name again. No, Matthew. Sorry, I got it. Matthew Walker. Yeah, that's what his name is. Matt Walker.
Matt Walker.
He's a British guy. Anyways, he was basically talking about like supplements, like sleep supplements, supplements.
Sweep supplements.
And he brought up like ZMAs because I was like, oh, ZMAs, well, what? It doesn't do anything.
What?
No significant difference.
Get the fuck out
of
here.
So here's the thing though with this, and I think with a couple of these things, is that if you are zinc, magnesium, sorry, I think it was mainly the magnesium that had done it. But if you're magnesium deficient and you supplement with magnesium, then you sleep better. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was sleep quality, I think. But yeah, that's just like with anything. Like if you're vitamin deficient and you take vitamins, like you're going to be better off. But if you're somebody who doesn't have that problem, it doesn't make a difference.
Interesting.
Which it makes sense, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, well, I've taken ZMAs, and I guess the idea was like, I don't know that I had gotten enough magnesium throughout the day.
Right. What's the A in ZMA? Because it's zinc, magnesium.
I don't think it's a compound. I think it's like a descriptor of like. I don't actually know what the A stands for though. But we got Google. So
yeah, I guess we do.
So anyways, ZMAs, because we talked about magnesium and that reminded me. Melatonin supplements. You know what I mean? That's another one of those things where did you figure it out?
Yeah, aspirate. Zinc, magnesium, aspirate.
Okay. So yeah, melatonin, that was another one of those things that just like helps you fall asleep, but like doesn't actually, it helps you fall asleep in the sense that you are no longer awake, but the actual like process of sleeping, you're not actually doing any, like it doesn't necessarily mean that has started.
Okay. So it'll knock you out, but it's kind of like when you drink.
Yeah.
You might hit the bed.
Similar.
And you'd be like, oh, wow, I fell asleep so hard. But then like you wake up and you still feel like shit because you didn't actually sleep.
Yeah, because alcohol, like it's like a sedative. So it's literally like knocking you out. Like it's like you're like passed out. You're not asleep. You like you just can't be awake because it's poison, because it's literally poison. So, but yeah, that's that's one of those things where it's like you fall asleep, but you don't actually get into like sleep. You're not, that process hasn't started. And then you get shitty sleep, you lose REM sleep, and then you get all emotionally crazy the next couple of days because you didn't get your REM sleep, and then you die like 10. There's actually a really strong correlation between like. Or a link between like REM sleep. It's like a linear relationship between like your mortality and like the REM sleep you lose, where it's like something like for every 5% of total REM sleep you lose, it's like 13% increase in like mortality or something like that.
Wow.
It's something dramatic. I don't want to throw up random numbers, but I remember hearing it and being like, Jesus Christ,
that's big. I mean, it kind of makes sense, dude. It's like you need your sleep.
Yeah.
Like you really do.
Yeah.
And like, there's the whole link between like lack of sleep and early onset of like Alzheimer's and stuff like that.
Dude, it's like it's massively underrated.
It's massively underrated.
Blueberries.
And fuck your parents.
And yeah, another one is like marijuana. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, I love marijuana. It just like it helps me go to sleep."
Yeah,
actually, it fucks up your REM sleep.
Yeah,
honest,
yeah, dude. Because people, the first thing they say when they start, I had a friend not too long ago be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't smoke for the first time in like a long time," and I had the craziest dreams.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, it's probably because you were actually sleeping.
Yeah, it definitely messes up that too. And honestly, like, well, they're still studying CBD. CBD is like supposed to be more benign, but like even that, you know what I mean? It helps people, but it depends like what it does, right? There's like a couple main ways, I guess, that you like a sleep supplement will help. And one of them is like core body temperature. Like I think it's thought that CBD might lower your core body temp a little. And so it just helps you go to sleep because of that.
Right.
Which I've noticed or I have experienced firsthand the past few days when our heat just decides to blast in my room specifically for some reason in the middle of the night. And I wake up at 2:00 in the morning in like a feverish sweat. Well, actually, it's like I don't even fall asleep. And then 3 hours into me tossing and turning on my bed, I'm like, oh, I'm extremely hot. And I open my window and the 20 degree weather rolls in and I fall asleep immediately.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah,
that
also our heat in this house is all over the place.
Yeah,
it's just like we'll turn up the heat today, and fucking 2 weeks from now, it's like, did you say you wanted heat in 50 degree weather?
Yeah, I don't get it. That's when we hear the radiators go. It's 50 degrees out. The second it turns like 20, they're quiet.
Yeah, it's like
like, hey, haven't heard anything from you all day. You want to speak up? Because it's pretty fucking cold in here. But
oh god.
Yeah, dude. But one other thing that was crazy was how off the doses were. Like he was talking about how there was like a 478% swing in the actual dose of a melatonin pill for some of these things. Dude. So like you think you're getting, a 10 milligram pill, you could be getting a 47 milligram pill. You know what I'm saying? And that just
dude, that just makes me think about the time where I took fucking 5-10 milligram pills, dude.
Dude,
almost died. I'm like, I was literally like on the plane, just like
it is like many,
just like coming back to life occasionally. Like I remember like waking up and being like my eyes like couldn't open though. I remember being like, what the
dude? The like it is like orders of magnitude smaller what like our bodies produce.
Yeah.
That like a 2 milligram pill of melatonin is, and he took like 60. So
50, but 50 is still crazy, dude.
It could have been, and it could have been more than that. You know, what I'm saying?
It could have been 400% higher.
Yeah, you could have been taking 200, dude. So imagine, dude. That's like, that's like, if you want to like knock out like a gorilla, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense that I got to the point where like, because I can't sleep on planes, and it was an overnight plane to Spain or whatever. A lot of rhyming there. And I just was like, I'll just take 5 melatonin pills and I'll for sure knock out. And it sucked. Like I just like shouldn't have done it, dude, because like I said, I was like all over the place. I remember like half waking up and like seeing I'm pretty sure like the teacher like came over and was like, like gave me one of those little looks, and I was like probably crying for help secretly, like, get me out of this hell.
Yeah, dude. You can't move my lips.
Okay.
Dude, that's brutal.
Awful. Well, that's kind of crazy that like I really thought that because melatonin was different. I thought melatonin like got you to fall asleep and helped you get to that deeper sleep. But it kind of sounds like what you're saying is that like all it does is sedate you.
Yeah, it's a similar thing, right? It doesn't actually, I guess there's no significant difference in like actual sleep quality.
Like, that's kind of interesting.
So it's like, and like, really that's like the more important thing is the quality, less so the length.
I wonder with those really intense sleeping pills, like the really intense ones, if there's any significant impact on your actual quality of sleep. Like, the people that are insomniacs and they take those like crazy pills. I forget what they're called. Not like crazy as in like crazy
like
person.
Xanax?
No, they have a different name. I'll see if I can look it up.
So I don't know about the like prescribed pills, but I do know that what's it called? He also went over a couple of other things that were kind of surprising. So melatonin, yeah, it doesn't actually help your sleep quality. Valerian root, right? That was another one that people. Yeah. So there aren't a ton of studies, but I guess from the ones that were out, it was like seemingly didn't have a measurable difference. But I know that's in a lot of sleep supplements. But oddly enough, kiwi, like kiwi fruit and tart cherry, both had, I think, like double-blind control studies.
Ambien.
Okay, yeah, Ambien is similar to Xanax in that it's like a anti-anxiety medication, right?
Yeah, well, and it's like supposedly like it's like a powerful sleep aid.
Yeah, I mean,
like like normal people shouldn't take more than like a very small dose to like pass out.
You're definitely. I think that's another one of those things you're like not supposed to drink with because it'll literally like kill you.
Yeah, that's bad news for a family member of mine.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a family member of mine that has like insomnia, and she like takes Ambien. But she says the best sleep of her life is when she takes Ambien and drinks.
Oh, God.
I'm like, whew,
well, I mean,
chasing death
what
there.
I wonder, though, is like insomnia, like, is there like insomnia, you can't sleep, but is it like they don't need sleep, or is it like it's like they just can't get it and they definitely need it?
Oh, she definitely needs it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She definitely needs it.
Oh God! But dude,
yeah.
Okay, hold on. So like the kiwi, totally just like real quick.
Yeah,
like
I like this.
Fucking
yeah, fucking kiwi.
Kiwi fruit and tart cherry, I guess, were both things that had studies that were like randomized, controlled, like double-blind studies that showed that it had an improve on sleep quality.
Wow.
And sleep duration, like both.
Holy crap!
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Is that why you've been buying kiwis?
No, actually, but that was just another. I mean. I had the kiwis and then I heard that and I went and bought some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like having a couple kiwi fruit's supposed to.
I wonder if there's a difference between, and this would be probably such a minute thing, so why do a study, but gold kiwi versus green kiwi?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
a good question. I bought the gold ones.
Gold ones are better.
Yeah, definitely. They're like way less like sour.
Yeah, and there's no hair too, so when you just eat it,
yeah.
I mean, I'll eat a hairy kiwi. I'll go for it.
Yep. You will.
But
yeah, no, I've done it too. I mean, it's better. Like, there's a lot of shit in the skin that you want.
Yeah, the fiber.
But yeah, the tart cherry too. I think people like drink like tart cherry juice.
So tart cherry, like, is that a type of cherry? Like a maraschino cherry is like a type of cherry?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Are those real cherries? I thought they were like fake.
Are they fake?
I don't know. Dude.
Like a man-made cherry?
Yeah, I mean, isn't broccoli like a man-made thing?
What? What are you talking about?
I thought they're like
broccoli didn't exist until we were like, well, we need something to go with our steak.
I think it's like a weird like spin-off genetic modification of cabbage. Broccoli. Like we made it out of cabbage. So we took cabbage and it's like if I plucked a hair from your head and like made a different creature out of it.
Interesting. That's how they made broccoli?
That's what I heard on the internet, so it has to be true.
I mean, yeah, at this point. It says today's maraschino cherries are sweet cherries that have been artificially colored to be very bright red. Marasca cherries were brined using seawater and preserved in maraschino liqueur. They were considered a delicacy, la-di-da-di-da. Huh. Are maraschinos cherry? Why are maraschinos so gross? Interesting. Huh. 7 reasons why you should never eat maraschino cherries. That's an interesting article on delish.com. Made by Brianna O'Neill Bellamo.
I can't
get a shorter name.
I don't know. I honestly could not tell you the last time I had one of those cherries.
The only time I ever do is when I get a sundae at like at an ice cream shop.
Like, why else would you eat? They just taste like booze.
Yeah.
Like, they taste like vodka.
That's how I associate it with too, because of our friggin' work trips. When friggin' what's his face? Well, we're not gonna call his name, but he brings those cherries.
Yeah. Yeah, that poison.
Yeah, dude.
It almost killed me on that golf cart.
Dude, yeah.
Because it just like vaporized in my mouth and like went up into my nose. And I was like, oh, and I'm like driving a golf cart on the course. It's like 100 degrees out, dude. That thing is like staining my shorts because I'm like freaking out trying to.
And then friggin' Noah comes over and crushes my leg between two. Dude, I thought I was screwed.
Yeah.
When he like, I was standing right next to a golf cart, and then he came by and friggin' drifted straight into the the butt end of the golf cart.
His car was like right here, and he just turns the wheel all as far as you could turn it and just hits the gas and right into just 90, like circles around and hits the car right next to him, dude.
Oh, dude.
That was so, oh my God.
Dude, I really thought my leg was fucked because I was like, there's no way that my leg just got crushed by two giant like machines and I was fine, but I just walked it off. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's because I wasn't expecting it. So it was like the whole, like, you know, if you're loose about it and you're not tense, and you just let it happen, it's better than like tensing up first.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, if you get hit by a car when you're drunk, it's like better.
Yeah, which is fucked up. But yeah.
So get drunk and get hit by a car. It's better. It's good for you.
Yeah, drink and drive.
Yeah.
When I drink and drive.
When I have to.
When I have to.
Yeah, well, dude, also the front of those things are like mostly plastic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they got these big ass plastic bumpers. So it's like, I feel like it also had like a bit of compression. It's like around your leg where it was like boing, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, you still got hit with a golf cart. So.
Yeah. And lived.
Against another car. The boy who lived.
The boy who lived.
Yeah, I don't think Noah's ever allowed to drive a golf cart on that track again.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So people maybe that's why he moved. Like this fucking kid. Yeah. Every time we see him driving, dude, he's doing crazy shit with the carts. He's not even playing golf. He's just driving off jumps and shit. That girl's coming around trying to sell us stuff out of the back of her cart.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't even work there.
She like got a pass for the day and just drives around and sells shit to people.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, we kind of covered stuff.
Yeah. Covered a bunch of random stuff.
Hell yeah.
Did we talk about Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson? No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
next time.
Okay. Okay. Was there? Okay, never mind.
No. There's nothing. I just was wondering if we had covered Michael Jackson.
We haven't. So.
He's a subject, you know.
He is.
He is a subject,
dude. See, this is why we have a podcast.
Yeah. Well, who else is going to talk about Michael Jackson? I mean, obviously us.
Yeah. Right. Right.
All right. Yeah. So there's that.
Well, dude. Well, thanks for coming on again. It was a ton of fun as always. I miss it. But yeah, I guess we'll, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do more soon.
Yeah, you know, when you have the free time, you know, just hop back on. We'll have more fun. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening to Bone Apple Tea. If you like the show, please give us a follow, like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Tell your friends about it. And make sure to follow us on Instagram. That's Bone Apple TV. BoneAppleTeav on Instagram. Thanks so much.